Hello, good evening, and welcome to our live broadcast over here at NSG News. My name is Kofi Asante Mensah. This is Pulse of the Week, and you're welcome. Today is 24th day of October 2025, and this is Pulse of the Week, the Friday edition. And you can see me in black, a black suit and a black inner. It means we are sad over here in Ghana because the former First Lady, the longest-serving former First Lady, Flight Lieutenant Jerry John Rawlings' wife, I must say, has passed on. Her name is Nana Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings. And I have a lot to share with you with respect to that. If you're just joining us, we are coming to you live from our luxurious Amahia studio here in Adenta, Accra, Ghana, the center of the world. And this is NSG News TV on YouTube. Join us and share a comment with us, and we'll be glad to read them to the rest of the world. Please stick and stay. When I return, there'll be more for you here on NSG News' Pulse of the Week. It's Kofi Asante Mensah. Please stay. Hi, welcome back. It's Friday evening, 24th day of October 2025. And this is Pulse of the Week with your man, Kofi Asante Mensah, fiercely independent. And this is NSG News, news with integrity. And before I even start, I want to share this very announcement with you because it's very important. Tomorrow, I must say, there will be an exclusive live for you to watch here on NSG News, an encounter with the Executive Secretary of Global Info Analytics, and AIM Liquid will be hosting him for your enjoyment. There's a lot in that pack for you. You would have to stick and stay. Tomorrow, 25th of October, 1 p.m. Ghana time, 13 hours GMT, wherever you are watching us from. So please be able to join us on the hot seat, and you'll be happy you did. Watch this trailer.
You know, if you look at the last election, some were in complete shock
of the results.
Yes. While we were telling them 6 months before that yes.
So you are a traitor or what? I don't know.
The last person who will be a traitor in this country will be me. I'm very patriotic.
It is alleged that NDC is sponsoring you to do their dirty work. Let me put it that way. That's my word, dirty work, to discredit the advances of the MPP. You've been drawn into partisan politics. How do you come out of this one?
One, I have not been contracted, required to do anything for NDC against any entity in this country. Absolutely not. I don't belong to the NDC. I don't belong to the MPP. I don't have political party affiliation with any other party. No. Now look, where we are in Hacho now. I remember when I was going to write the O-levels, I didn't have money to pay for the fees. So I had to carry labor, do by day labor. Here. We're one of those who started building houses in this area as a laborer. You have to even go and carry the cement from afar because there were no buildings to store them in. This would be the shock. We were branded as mad people. But the numbers we were banding around was in excess of a 2.something million gap. We have to realize that the country, Ghana, has changed profoundly, even from 2016 levels.
I think it wasn't Ghana government funded.
No, it wasn't Ghana government funded. No, on your own you struggle, and then you go to Denmark. I remember when I arrived in Frankfurt on my way to Denmark, I had only $500 in my pocket, and that was to pay for your accommodation, pay for your feeding, pay for everything.
Hi, welcome back, and that's the trailer for you tomorrow, 13 hours GMT. Please join us for exclusive hot seat with AIM and the Executive Director for Global Info Analytics. A lot packed in that interview for you, and you would really enjoy. Let's begin rather on a very sad note, like you already know, because of our outfit and costume over here. We are in black because we are mourning, and because the former first lady, her name is Nana Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings, and she explains us that she's coming from the royal family. That's why she's Nana, okay, and she's Konadu. The Akaman will say fight. Konadu, the Englishman will say fight to the end. Fight to the end. Agyeman, and be victorious. Be victorious. So Nana Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings. Rawlings is her husband's name, and let's go through. I have a lot of videos to share with you this evening. So let's do this very quick. Nana Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings, the longest serving First Lady of Ghana, passed away on Thursday, October 23, 2025. She died in Accra at the age of 76, some 25 days shy of her next birthday on Monday, November 17th, 2025. The wife of the late former President Jerry John Rawlings, the former First Lady, died at the Greater Accra Regional Hospital, also called Rage Hospital. Family sources told NSG News that the women's rights and empowerment advocate was admitted to the hospital on and died on Thursday. The family of Nana Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings immediately visited the Jubilee House to inform the presidency. The high-ranking government officials also met them at the seat of government, while others visited the family residence at Rage to commiserate with them. Speaking at a media encounter at the residence of the former First Lady, the Akomfro Hene at the Mensah Palace and head of Mrs. Rawlings' family, Oheneba Akwesi Abeye, confirmed the death of Mrs. Rawlings, saying she fell ill and was admitted to the Rage Hospital, where she unfortunately passed away. There's quite a lot to share with you about this woman. I have a lengthy profile over here, but let me begin to show you some videos of what President John Dramani Mahama has begun to do, because he has ushered in or instructed or declared a 3-day national mourning. He has issued a 3-day national mourning, and I have a flyer to that effect I'll be showing you, and I think it's ready now. Oh, I have it there. You can see on your screen right now. So it says the presidency has issued and declared a 3-day national mourning for the former First Lady. This is in respect of her women empowerment and her advocacy and her prestige by way of serving the country, Ghana. So we are mourning from 24th, 25th, and 26th of October 2025. I want to show you some videos, what happened today, the first day of this national mourning, where we have the former president like John Ejekum Kufuor, His Excellency, former president, joining to commiserate and eulogize former First Lady Nana Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings, Afenyo Markins, Haruna Idrisu, and a couple of members of parliament and ex-official members were all there to eulogize. Some spoke in Ghanaian language. I know you may not understand because of maybe where you are watching us from, but I'm here to interpret it for your understanding. This is Chi, and when they finish speaking, I would go through it for you. So don't be jittery, just stay calm for me, and I'll be back to share details with you. Let's pick our first video, the arrival of former President John Ejekum Kufuor, His Excellency. Watch this.
Sum Oman Ghana. Sa First Lady Ekwenyano Oma emu yedu. Obi adi wan dance Yesusano yete Beijing conference no ne emba no kan emba sem. Ne duku a obo ochre emba de beya ye bekata ye no front ma. Me gidi se emma bebre sua bibi efri no ho. Nti ye ma yakasa ye tenten no. Ye edom kuma bibi se no yesi ye ne yenuanom eba. Ye ba no nso deputy minority leader Okahubi. Ye deputy second deputy whip Okahubi. And second deputy speaker. Mpanyinfo we nyina no mo ka dom kuma no ye ho. And ye ka sa super majority for no ho. And ya bebechia. Nti ye stress enhihye bia ebusuamo ye no monkai say politics na ye de nanso asem we si a eye Ghana na asem ato no nti ye nyina ye ka ho bi ne kwakra no ye nua ba ye ma ne yakọ wa bin papa efie wona ye te no oni ye nyina ate yi nti ye ntumi nka say ato ne maame a ono nko a ndi awerho nyame ncheche ne re na onje ne nan so na me gidi se obo ade a obo ye nyina na onim ye mbre a ewe ye nim no wa hyehye na ade dada nti no ye bebo mpa ya ma no na edwuma a oye ewo amanyose mu no onyankopon aboa no ama netumi aye ne yie enye ono nko a ne nuanom a eka no ho ye ma omu nyina ya akọ ye stress nyankopon ebe ma omu akukuduru a betumi akra abrewa no nechi kama na onu nso enwu se ba odi omu ba wiase no omu so ahye nenyonyam me sorry ewo domkuma edimu a ene ochiame kakra yeso yewo no no munsam.
Her legacy is larger than life. Ghana is unfortunately that we don't celebrate our heroes when they are alive. Nana, so far as I'm concerned, I've not seen a woman who has sacrificed for her country, especially uplifting the women in our country. I've known Nana when I was very young. Actually, she was the reason why I'm living in Accra. As a young boy, based in Kumasi, I did an album called Awarepa. I had a Beye Ye, Awarepa, and all those songs on the album. And during the revolutionary days, Nana sent somebody to bring me to Accra to see her, and the rest became a history. She became my mother. And ever since, we've had a mother and son relationship. And the last time I was with her, it was 25th August. We went to a funeral of one of her cousins who also happens to be my friend and my business partner, Danny Menu. And Nana is with... I don't know. I'll ask her.
And one of the allies from Wa, Konadu, used her own money in financing the activities and operations of the party. Today, the party have birthed two presidents. President J.A. Mills, after the demise of President Rawlings, and it has birthed John Dramani Mahama, part of her legacy and sacrifice. And for me as Minister for Education, today in the world, we are celebrating what we call play-based learning pedagogies, where you use play to teach learners. By the fireside will remain an enduring legacy, and we will renew and improve it as a play-based pedagogy to encourage learners at that age to use play to learn in order to improve learning outcomes. And for whatever it is, Jerry John Rawlings will be remembered for transiting Ghana, or call it transition, from an authoritarian regime to a democratic regime. And that democracy have endured. I'm sure that somebody managed Jerry Rawlings' composure, calmed him, the personality that he was. And that, for whatever it is, they've contributed to the building of our democracy and to social development of our country. For Nana Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings, women empowerment was her hallmark. She walked it, she lived it. I still recall several years back, when she came to Tamale Northern Region, to the home of Alhaji Ibrahim Mobla, to commission a bread baking facility to support women and mothers then in that region. But probably her departure should remind us
Hi, welcome back. And that was quite an interesting one. You saw the arrival of John Ejekum Kufuor, Avenue Markin, the minority leader, the mighty minority leader, sharing some few words over there, talking about how reputable the lady is, the former First Lady is, and sharing some condolences with Senator Rawlings and her siblings, indicating that Senator is a very intelligent and affable lady in Parliament, and Nana Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings is quite strong, and their prayers are with Senator and the other siblings. You also saw Rex Omar, Awarepanyomono, Oboya na Obeye, a friend to Mrs. Rawlings. Reason he came to Accra, and the rest is history. So Rex Omar also there. And you saw also the arrival of Liberian former President Sir Johnson Sirleaf over there. And Haruna Idrisu also toppled it up. And like I told you, I have a lot of videos to share with you. But a quick one about the profile of this lady we are talking about. A quick profile of this woman. Like I mentioned, she has been the longest serving, or she was the longest serving First Lady of this country. And it's important to indicate from what time to what time she was a trailblazer with respect to serving this country. And all the speakers you saw in that video were talking about women empowerment and what have you. She really, really empowered. Today we have a vice president who is a woman, and we're looking, she is the first to contest as a woman by way of presidential contest. She's the first, a woman to contest. So Nana Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings, former First Lady, she has fought for women in this country. And it doesn't matter which party you belong to. And I'm aware that some members of the New Patriotic Party, some women with the New Patriotic Party have benefited quite greatly from her leadership and her mentorship and her empowerment. Okay, the Beijing conference and what have you. 30 years ago, she led that, and she was able to come back and empower women in this country. And she has done that. NDC women, Anita Disoso, and the current women organizer, a lot of you, even the men have gained a lot of confidence, and she virtually dragged people, potential people of repute, into politics and helped them to grow, all right? No, you can't raise your voice. In issues like you have to be very sober and talk very soft. My producer, thank you. All right, so that's how it is. The former First Lady is the longest to have served in that position from June 4th, 1979. Please note the date, June 4th, 1979 to September 24, 1979. She served under the Armed Forces Revolutionary Council, what we call the AFRC. And from December 31st, 1985 to January 6, 1993, she also served under the Provisional National Defense Council, what we call the PNDC. And 2 military coups came through. It was led by her husband, Jerry John Rawlings, Flight Lieutenant Jerry John Rawlings. Then we came back to the Fourth Republic, where Jerry John Rawlings ushered in, a military man, ushered in civilian rule or constitutional rule, what we call democracy, the Fourth Republic. So it also started around January 7th, 1993, and his 2 tenure of office ended in 2001 or 2001. That's 2001, January 6th, 2001. And Jerry John Rawlings was the head of state. I must say, her attendance at the first summit on women, very significant, commonly referred to as Beijing Conference in China, which attained 30 years last month. So just last month, the Beijing Conference attained 30 years. And you notice that after the demise of her husband, Flight Lieutenant Jerry John Rawlings, 5 years ago, just 5 years ago, so 5 years back, the husband died, and 5 years on, she is also gone. 30 years after being a part of the Beijing Conference, 30 years, she has passed on, leaving behind a reputable profile by way of women empowerment. She is a formidable force to reckon with in the world of First Lady and women empowerment. So she influenced her advocacy using the 31st December Women's Development, NCWD, to advance the cause of women. And a lot of staffs the 31st December Women's Movement did. Build the markets and daycare centers. Oh my goodness. So your market is here and there's a daycare center there, then you can sell and your child will be at school. What a great idea. She did that for the empowerment of women in our country. She did a lot of training. Mrs. Agyeman-Rawlings was born in Cape Coast in the central region to Felicia and J.O.T. Agyeman, Mr. Agyeman, J.O.T. Agyeman, a business mogul. However, she traces her extended Ashanti family ties to the Agyeman, Akosa, Bunsu, Osei, and Prempe, and those of Achim lineage to Owusu and the Sapong family. And I must say that she attended Ghana International School and later moved to Achimota School. She also met Jerry John Rawlings in school. All right, it's good. They met in school and eventually they became husband and wife. She went on to study art and textiles. You know, her fashion sense, the way she put on her gilly, her fashion sense is top notch. So understandably, she pursued something in arts and textiles. So she dressed very, very well, modestly, as a real lady. And this is the woman I'm talking about. If you can still show me some few pictures. Oh, there you have it. A lot of pictures on your screen over there. And you're enjoying our production this evening because that's the lady. That's the lady. That's the lady. Such a pretty, beautiful lady over there. And she has kissed a goodbye to the world just yesterday. And a 3-day national mourning is also ongoing to honor her memory. Okay. So she did something in textiles at the KNUST, that is to say Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology in Kumasi, where she was a student leader of Africa Hall. She headed that very hall Hall of Residence. That's her Hall of Residence, the Africa Hall, and she was leading it. That's good. In 1975, she earned a diploma in interior design from the London College of Art. You see, her everything is top notch. Her dressing, okay. I even understand she was the one who designed the flag and propelled the logo for the NDC. All right. So her sense for art and all of those things nurtured or featured, I must say, featured in the way she worked with her husband. So Nana Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings pursued further education, acquiring a diploma in advanced personal management from Ghana's Management Development and Productivity Institute in 1979, and a certificate in development from the Ghana Institute of Management and Public Administration, GIMPA, in 1991. She also took courses at the Johns Hopkins University, the Institute for Policy Studies in Baltimore, USA, and received a certificate for a fellows program in philanthropy and non-profit organizations. In her earlier years as First Lady, she set up the 31st December Women's Movement in 1982, which embedded on numerous developmental agendas or projects centered around women's empowerment. She mobilized women and trained many in vocational and technical skills, and also provided them with startup packs to enable them to stand on their 2 feet and support their families. The 31st December Women's Movement also established schools, mostly creches and basic schools, and constructed markets for traders. This is a political life I want to go through briefly for you. Aside from always supporting her husband and playing the First Lady role so effectively, she was in the thick of things during the formation of the ruling National Democratic Congress. She was elected first vice chairperson of the NDC in 2009. First vice chair of NDC, 2009. No joke. And later in 2011, she unsuccessfully challenged then President John Evans Atta Mills for the party's presidential candidate position in the 2012 election. Okay, so she wasn't successful. Then there was a breakaway. So disgruntled with the internal party issues, including complaints of maltreatment during the 2012 presidential primaries of the NDC, she formed the National Democratic Party, NDP, on whose ticket she ran for the presidency in 2016 or 2016, the first woman to do so, and in 2020. I think in 2024, she took the back bench, and because of the demise of the husband, she took the back bench and allowed another person to also vie for that very position. In November 2008, the former First Lady launched the first book titled It Takes a Woman. I remember It Takes a Village. That book was very nice and comprehensive. This one is called It Takes a Woman. And she explained that in the Ashanti Kingdom, women helps to make or instill the king. So before Asante Hene can become Asante Hene or the king of Asante, it takes a woman. And that is what she explained. Her mom told her, or her grandmom, I must say, her grandmom told her. And when she was about to write her book, she dubbed her book, It Takes a Woman. Of course, everything in this world takes a woman. To be able to be successful, you need a woman in your life. And that book is very, very comprehensive. It talks about her biography and chronicled her political journey as well. So that's quite a brief about her. And here are her children. Dr. Zenato, she is a member of parliament for Klote Kole. Ya Asantewa Amina is also there, and Kimati Rawlings. He got married quite recently to a very beautiful white lady, and that was a very beautiful wedding they did. So they are all there. There are 4 children. They are all there, 3 women or 3 girls, 1 boy, Kimati. So that is the story of Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings. Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings. Fight to the end. Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings. I respect that woman a lot. She's done very well. And I know John Dramani Mahama, you should be giving this prestigious lady a very respectful state barrier for this woman. So it hasn't been a good year, even though this is the 10th month. We have 2 more months to go. We've lost giants. Put aside the helicopter crash. That Dilumba is gone. That Akedi is gone. Quite high-profile personalities in the political arena, in the music, and what have you. I don't know. So we'll keep on praying here at NSG News. Thank you very much. We are going for a breather. When I return, there are more videos for you to watch with respect to people who are paying tribute to the late former First Lady and eulogizing her. We will show you quite a number of videos. And then we have some few other major news stories to share them with you. Then we can call it an evening. Please stay with me. I'll be right back. Uncle, commercial break. All right, thank you very much. I was asking my producer to go for a very big breather. All right, but it's fine. Welcome back. Let's do some more videos. I don't know the video you have, Mr. Producer. Please show me. And that's the video we have over there. These videos are showing how people are pouring out and celebrating the woman we are talking about, Nana Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings. All right, so listen to Kofi Gabra, Dr. Kofi Gabra over there. Please watch this.
And where a close friend, a close relative may also depart. And so when such incidents take place, we often are left with grief and all kinds of emotions run into our heads. Eventually, in many cases, the truth comes out and we come to terms with it. At this time, I've not come to terms with this truth, so I can only express my grief and my sorrow if it turns out to be true, and wish the family and all of us in Ghana and the whole of Africa really our condolences if it turns out to be true.
Doc, what principles and if you like moral, standards of the former First Lady as a key member of the NDC are you able to most reflect on?
There's a lot to reflect on, a lot to be said at the right time. But her greatness has not been fully appreciated, partly because of the circumstances in which NDC lost power and the unfortunate developments that took place after we lost power with her 31st December Women's Movement being investigated in a very unfriendly manner by the Kufuor government at the time. The fact that she had to go to court for many years, and even her late former husband, President Rawlings, also had to be in court, sometimes standing for many hours. It was a low moment in Ghana's democratic development. But NDC has won power and lost power, and we've seen at different times when the former President Rawlings was also alive, he tried to restrain himself with many of the negative things that are going on in our country and which were going on at the time he was alive. And I believe the former First Lady also was very mindful of those things. But as I said, the time will come for us to speak at length. So at this time, I'll just plead with you to allow us and the rest of the country to verify actually what has happened. And as I've said, if it is true, then obviously we'll have
Right,
to...
so there you have it, Dr. Ekos Pio Gabra over there. And I know people will be sharing quite a lot. Right, quite a lot over there. And I am quite teary. Nana Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings is quite... well, let's leave it there. I want us to watch the Busia Penny do the official media briefing announcement, and also see how the children of Nana Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings paid a courtesy call, or the family went to the Jubilee House to pay homage and do an official announcement or informing the presidency about the demise of Nana Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings. Take a look. Right, so there you have it. You can see Kimati over there, Julius Deborah, the chief of staff, and Zenato sharing some like a solemn moment over there. But Zenato is a strong woman. Zenato,
you can also see
the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, also holding to Zenato, encouraging her. Zenato is a strong woman.
Two of the children of the...
And that's the firstborn of Jerry John Rawlings.
First lady.
There we go.
Zaneto.
Very, very strong lady.
Rawlings and Kimathi Rawlings, they were here to officially inform the president.
So that's the family at the Jubilee House.
Former first lady.
Haven't gone to officially inform the presidency about the sudden demise of their mother, Nana Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings, former First Lady of the Republic of Ghana. And there in your short. All right, so please come back to me, and that's the shot you have over there. Thank you very much. We're going for a quick breather. When I come back, I have other stories to talk to you about. And there are major stories that happened in our country. For example, John Dramani Mahama indicating to the judges he sworn in to be incorruptible. I have a lot of stuff to share with you, so please stay. Don't go yet. Please stay and keep watching NSG News TV. This is our live broadcast from our Mahia studios here in Accra, Ghana. For a breather, I'll be right back.
You know, if you look at the last election, some were in complete shock
of the results.
Yes. While we were telling them 6 months before that yes.
So you are a traitor or what? I don't know.
The last person who will be a traitor in this country will be me. I'm very patriotic.
It is alleged that NDC is sponsoring you to do their dirty work. Let me put it that way. That's my word, dirty work, to discredit the advances of the MPP. You've been drawn into partisan politics. How do you come out of this one?
One, I have not been contracted, required to do anything for NDC against any entity in this country. Absolutely not. I don't belong to the NDC. I don't belong to the MPP. I don't have political party affiliation with any other party. No. Now look, where we are in Hacho now. I remember when I was going to write the O-levels, I didn't have money to pay for the fees. So I had to carry labor, do by day labor. Here. We're one of those who started building houses in this area as a laborer. You have to even go and carry the cement from afar because there were no buildings to store them in. This would be the shock. We were branded as mad people. Well, the numbers we were banding around was in excess of a 2.something million gap. We have to realize that the country, Ghana, has changed profoundly, even from 2016 levels.
I think it was. I mean, it wasn't Ghana government funded.
No, it wasn't Ghana government funded. No, on your own you struggle, and then you go to Denmark. I remember when I arrived in Frankfurt on my way to Denmark, I had only $500 in my pocket, and that was to pay for your accommodation, pay for your feeding, pay for everything.
All right, hello and welcome back. This is Pulse of the Week, Friday, 24th of October 2025. This is Kofi Asante Mensah, fiercely independent. This is NSG News TV, news with integrity. Welcome back from that breather, and we'll do more stories for you because John Dramani Mahama has asked the judges to be circumspect and be incorruptible. He was swearing in some judges this week, and this is what he has to say.
A short while we swore in appeal court judges, and a good number, I think almost the majority were women. And again, I see that women are very well represented on this batch of High Court judges. Congratulations. And I ask the executive people sitting here to emulate your example. Thank you very much. This afternoon, we gather once again at the presidency to perform one of the most solemn and sacred duties of our democracy, the swearing in of new justices of the High Court of Ghana. On each such occasion, it represents more than an appointment. It is a renewal of our nation's faith in the enduring principle that justice is the firmest pillar of our democracy, and that Ghana shall always be governed by law and never by the whims of capricious power. The oath you have taken is not a mere constitutional ritual. It is, in the words of the late Chief Justice Philip Archer, and I quote, a covenant between the judge and the people, a promise to rise above fear, favor, and friendship, and to judge as conscience and law command, quotations close. So today, you enter that covenant with the people, to interpret the law with fairness, to defend the weak with courage, and to uphold the dignity of our republic through integrity and service. Within the architecture of our judiciary, the High Court occupies an exceptional and indispensable position. Indeed, the High Court is the people's court. That is where it is the forum where the law most directly touches the lives of our citizens. It is here that a market woman defends her right to a piece of land inherited from her grandmother. It is here that a young entrepreneur seeks justice in a contract dispute that could determine the survival or collapse of his business. It is here that a journalist defends the freedom to speak truth to power. And it is here that a parent prays for justice in the face of negligence, discrimination, or abuse. And as Nelson Mandela once said, and I quote, a nation should not be judged by how it treats its highest citizens, but how it treats its lowest. Quotations closed. At the High Court, this reality is lived every day. You, my lords and lady justices, are the living face of justice for millions who may never reach their appellate courts. Their faith in democracy will depend on the fairness, clarity, and compassion with which you administer justice. We live in a society that is younger, more assertive, and increasingly informed. Citizens follow judgments in real time. They debate rulings on social media and question institutions that once seemed sacred. This new environment is not a threat to justice. It is a call for relevance and accessibility. Justice must not...
All right, so welcome back. Thank you very much. And let's do some more stories here for you because Prudential Bank Management, they have bowed down to the pressure. Have you seen bank people and bank workers demonstrate before? No. I haven't seen some, but today, actually yesterday, Prudential bank workers demonstrated. They were doing something related to selective salary increment, and some were not happy with that. So they have bowed down to pressure. Watch this.
A withdrawal of total application to all the workers who are also our members in the union. But they didn't want to go that way. They looked at the total application to be more expensive. And I think that the lesser evil for them is what they have presented, that they are rather holding back, they are suspending, and they will take steps to make sure that those who got these extra monies for the month of October, they will have to pay back to chess to bring a level playing field. So, brothers and sisters, the way forward is for us to have a well-structured standing negotiating committee with management to look at other issues. There are other issues which are even bigger than this one. And you know the 15% is a bigger issue. Are you saying that we should just fold our arms and sit down?
Right, so welcome back. And that's management of Prudential Bank bowing down to pressure over there. Let's do some more stories and go to Parliament and deal with some parliamentarians' stories over there. Because, you know, within this week, Parliament resumed and they have started work. And they held what they call Leaders' Media Briefing. And there were some few questions thrown to, especially the minority leader, Agyeman-Rawlings, Honorable, and he answered them. This is in line with the vetting of Chief Justice nominee, Mr. Puaman. Would you vet him? Would you be part of the vetting, or you boycott? Are you boycotting, or you come and vet? Or he should come prepared? Which is which? Watch Agyeman-Rawlings.
Deal with the issue of the CJ's removal. Whether or not we are going to participate in any process. For us, all the cards are on the table. First of all, we see the conduct of the Puaman Committee as a travesty of justice. I mean, what that committee has done, the purported recommendation, should prick their own conscience, all the committee members. A referral has been made to you as a committee, and at least 4 of the members of the committee are judges. A retired Supreme Court judge and 2 sitting Supreme Court judges. You have 3 petitions before you. You are done with the hearing of 1. You tell the person, the respondent, being Her Ladyship Justice Araba Esaba Tokunu, and her lawyers, that come back on the 15th for us to begin the hearing of the second petitioner's petition. Then suddenly, the second petitioner's lawyers write for a long adjournment. And out of the blue, a report is purportedly done recommending her removal. And within 2 hours, the report is fully studied and recommendation as made is complied with or adhered to or decision taken. The Puaman Committee must be ashamed of itself. That committee has reduced our democracy to something that cannot have a phrase to describe.
All right, so that's our markings over there for you. And the majority leader, Mama Yariga, also got his tenor to answer some few questions from journalists because, like I mentioned, it was leaders' media briefing, and this one was in line with the passage of the bill, the anti-LGBTQI plus bill, and the majority leader, Mama Yariga, was supposed to answer questions relating to that, whether it has been passed or it will be reintroduced to Parliament. This is what he said.
Misrepresenting facts in a way just to portray what serves our political interests. I remember during the electioneering campaign in the US, I follow their politics quite a lot. I'm always watching them on CNN. There was so much misrepresentation of what was happening to a point where CNN had to employ somebody to do a fact check. And I noticed that either Joy FM or City FM, was Joy FM, also adopted that strategy. So I urge you, given the level of dishonesty and misrepresentation that sometimes I see in our politics, I expect you not just to convey what has been said, but also to build your own capacity to do fact checking so that when you are conveying, you can also correct the facts. That is what I hope to see during this meeting of Parliament. As a democracy, we must keep improving on our performance. As the fourth arm of government, Sexual Rights and Family Values Bill, my recollection is that it was passed by Parliament already. That's my recollection, that we passed this already as Parliament. We passed it, and the issue was giving it a presidential assent. So that is where it should be taken up. I don't see why anybody should bring us a bill that we have passed already. I think the step is to push for it to be given the assent. Yesterday I saw it on the order paper, and then I was asking myself, but who brought this? And really, a bill that we have passed already, you haven't convinced me that, there's a need for us to work on a bill that we have already passed. So in all sincerity, and I like to be very, very frank and open, I did ask the speaker, I said, Mr. Speaker, but this bill was passed, and why is it on our order paper again? And then the Speaker himself also expressed surprise finding it on the order paper. And I recall we invited the clerk. The Speaker invited the clerk in my presence and asked the clerks, how did this bill find its way advertised on the order paper? Because he too didn't know how it got on the order paper. I mean, I like to be very, very transparent. If the clerk, I wish he were here, I would have said in his presence, yesterday this thing happened. I saw it, I was like, this bill, what is it doing here? We passed it already. Why are we being invited to consider it again? And so that is so the only one that indeed yesterday Speaker and I agreed should attract our attention is the one brought by Honorable Patricia Ajay. She is here. That is the property rights of spouses.
All right, so there you have it, and we are indicating to you, forgive me, pardon me, some 63 members of Parliament have declared their support for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and I think that is in respect to that very video we have over there, and they are saying Bawumia is the man. He has to win the flag bearership race. I'm sure you have that video for me right now, do you? All right, so the 63 members of Parliament, the National Committee I watch the election also. They have told you if you want to declare, then resign as a member of parliament, right? No, because if you're in leadership positions like that, you can't be declaring and be taking positions, etc. But they have declared 63 of them. Watch this.
Yes, flag bearership project. From Ashanti region, Kokwam Prechum Sapo, Dr. Nana Ayew Afriye, Kofi Asante Kwame Ayimadu entry. Kokwam Prechum Sapo MP Mampo, Nana Ayew Afriye Afija Asokore, Kofi Asante Atwuma Kwamoma, Kwame Ayimadu entry Asante Achim Central, Francis Asante Buanche Bantama, Vincent Eko Asafua Old Tafo, Yao Frempon Ado, Manso Adubia, Mavis in Cancer Board, Afija Secretary Collins Adumaku Mensah, Afija Kwabre North, Dr. Patrick Boachi Yado, Obuasi East, Akwasi Konadu Menshia North, Professor Kingsley Nyako, Kwadaso, Ernest Yao Enim, Kumau, Damata Apianima Salam, Afija Kwabre South, Dr. Fred Che Asamoah, Offense North, Francis Ousu Echam, Grabin, John Darko, Suame, Kofi Obri Yabua, Subin, Michael Edu, Oforikrom, Nana Ejei Bafuwa, Menshia South, Nana Eric Ajima Prempe, Ahafuano North, Nana Asafo Ejei Aye, Bosome Frehon, Anthony Mier Udutubri, Kenebua Kodia Fokuo, Manson Nkwanta, Frank Yabua, Atuma Mwabiaja North, Elvis Ose Mensah Dapa, Ahafu Ano Southwest, Ralph Poku Edusei, Bekwai, Seth Osei Akuto, Atuma Mpunia, and Akwasi Jemfi Unyina Echampon, Afija Kwabre. From the Eastern region, Frank Anodompre in Sawoma Dojiri, Kofi Ahenkra Mafu Achiase, Michael Ochiribefi New Dublin South, Kojo Opon Kroma Ofuasi Ayerebi, Sami Ewuku Akuapim South, Akuapim North, Charles Owiredu Ebirim, Kingsley Ajimai, Dr. Kingsley Ajimai, Ebuakwa South, Duke Oforiata, Fantiakwa South, Aida Adjoa Esiedu Ayensuano, Alexander Akwasi Akwa Achim Oda, Loretta Koko Asante Etiwa West, Kwame Apia Kodia, Fantiakwa North, Frank Asiedu Bakwe Suhum, Alex Ejare Kade, Nana Apau Ado Frimpong Ebuakwa North. From Ahafo, Gideon Buakon. From Western Region, Kwabena Ochri Mensah Dakum. And then Isaac Yao. Kwabena Ochri Mensah Dakum, Takoradi constituency. Isaac Yao Buama Efia constituency. Central Region, Reverend John Intim Fojo Asin South. Rudolph Amwaku Jampa, Upper Denchira West. From Bono, Colonel retired Kojo Damwa German South. Bono East, Martin J. Mensah Kosa Techiman South. Northern Region, Adam Mohammed Amin Karaga. Dominic Nitiwu Bimbila constituency. Idris Habib Tolong. Suleimanu Alhassa Tampuli Gushegu constituency. Martin Jinam Pandai constituency. Hajia Abudu Aziz Fatahia Sabulugu. Northeast.
All right, so you have it over there. The flag bearer campaign of former Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has received a major endorsement from 63 members of Parliament of the New Patriotic Party, NPP, who have reaffirmed their commitment to back his candidacy ahead of the party's upcoming primaries. And like we started on Wednesday we had 111 days to go, and I must say, and we have done some 2 more days. I will be bringing you some crafty information about this MPP presidential primaries, informing you about it, etc. So in effect, we have some 109 days to go. 109 days to go. Today, Friday, October 24th. 109 days more to go. And that was the press conference you saw over there. And they were declaring and reaffirming their commitment to Dr. Mahmudu Bawumia in that presser over there. Going for a breather. When I return, I have something interesting for you. That is, if you will stay with me, please stay.
You know, if you look at the last election,
yeah,
some were in complete shock.
I don't have anything interesting.
Of the results?
Yes. While we were telling them 6 months before that.
So you are a traitor or what? I don't know.
The last person who will be a traitor in this country will be me. I'm very patriotic.
It is alleged that NDC is sponsoring you to do their dirty work. Let me put it that way. That's my word, dirty work, to discredit the advances of the MPP. You've been drawn into partisan politics. How do you come out of this one?
One, I have not been contracted, required to do anything for NDC against any entity in this country. Absolutely not. I don't belong to the NDC. I don't belong to the MPP. I don't have political party affiliation with any other party. No. Now look, where we are in Hachu now. I remember when I was going to write the O-levels, I didn't have money to pay for the fees. So I had to carry labor, do by day labor. Here. We're one of those who started building houses in this area as a laborer. You have to even go and carry the cement from afar because there were no buildings to store them in. This would be the shock. We were branded as mad people. But the numbers we were banding around was in excess of a 2.something million gap. We have to realize that the country, Ghana, has changed profoundly, even from 2016 levels.
I think it wasn't Ghana government funded.
No, it wasn't Ghana government funded. No, on your own you struggle and then you go to Denmark. I remember when I arrived in Frankfurt on my way to Denmark, I had only $500 in my pocket. And that was to pay for your accommodation, pay for your feeding, pay for everything.
All right, so welcome back. Always a pleasure serving you. My name is Kofi Asante Mensah, and this has been Pulse of the Week, 24th of October 2025. A very big thank you to my producer and my camera team, executive producer, and everybody. Thank you very much for being there for us. Catch me again on Wednesday, and I'll be here to start and do this all over again. It's Kofi Asante Mensah. Tatao. Thank you. Have a blessed night.